BTWs.
Gotcha.
BTWs.
BT dubs.
Hell yeah.
My internet's acting up. You might have to be the one to pull everything up tonight.
AG.
AG.
We have a there's a couple links in the squad lounge we'll pull up. They're like TikToks we can watch. They're pretty crazy. They're hilarious. We'll wait for everybody to kind of trickle in too. Trickle on in, peeps.
Yerp.
There's the black hearted Cam.
The black hearted Cam.
The black heart of Cam.
The black heart of Cam. Yes.
What
That
I
makes
said,
more
yeah.
sense. It sounded like hearted.
No, that's cold hearted.
Oh, you could be
Just kidding.
black hearted too, I suppose.
Yeah.
Sure.
I don't see why not.
That was Owen Hart's old nickname, the Black Heart.
Owen Hart. Oh, wrestling.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. It's funny
Rebel
how
in his damn wrestling.
some wrestlers have just, you could tell it's like a wrestling name. You know, you just hear it and you're like, oh, that sounds like a wrestler's name.
Hulk Hogan.
Yeah, they all do.
Literally.
Even though that's not his real name.
I know, but
that's his wrestling name.
Stage
Terry
name.
Hogan.
Stage
Terry
names, yeah.
Balejo or Balea.
Yeah.
Stage names. They sound like wrestler names, even if they're not trying to.
What are some actors that sound like they have Rip Torn? That sounds like a wrestler name.
Rip Torn?
Yeah.
Kind of. Sounds like he ate too much red meat for like several days, and he's describing his whole afterwards. Ripped and torn.
The most unfortunate name of all time has got to be Dick Butkus.
Dick Butkus, yeah, the football.
Yes, that has to be the most unfortunate name of all time.
What is his real name? His actual name? Is it like Richard?
Yeah, Richard. I was about to say Robert, but that's Bob. Shorthand's Bob.
It's Butkus. K-U-S, though. Dick. Richard Marvin Butkus. He was a linebacker and a commentator. Wow. Yeah. Is he still doing
looking
that?
at a phone book one day, and I seen a chick. Her name was Anita Cox. That one's pretty unfortunate.
This is not grammatically correct. It's weird. I need a Cox.
Like as a parent, how do you let that go by? Like when you're naming your kid, if your last name is Cox, you don't name your kid Anita. Like you just don't.
Or Hugh.
You don't do it. Or yeah.
Or Hugh.
You don't. Yeah, Hugh. This is Hugh Cox.
Mike.
My sister's old maid, or my sister's old last name was Hawk. She had a son, and I still kick her ass every day that she did not take the opportunity to name her son Maurice, Thomas, or Michael. Because then you have Mohawk, or Tommy Hawk, or Mike Hawk.
There's a radio host out here. His radio name is Mike Hawk. It's funny to hear it on the radio. With Mike Hawk. It's great. It's like the old Simpsons shows when he used to call up the bar, Moe's bar, and be like, "Is IP freely there?" And he'd yell out, "Is there an IP freely?" And everyone would laugh and be like, "You," cursing him out on the phone. It was great. Those are good episodes.
Those are good episodes.
Yeah, old school.
We had a DJ named Atom Smasher, so it sounded like Atom Smasher.
That's fine.
That's a pretty good name.
We're gonna bust into some memes, like meme style stuff. We got a couple videos to watch that are pretty funny. And listen, yes, a lot of memes are based off tragic events. They are. They sure are. It doesn't take away from the tragedy. It's just finding a way to find humor in things that are otherwise just terrible. So, I mean, there's some stuff you definitely don't joke about, but like, or make jokes about, at least not right away. But some of the memes coming out of this whole, California's wildfires, or I don't know if I even want to call them wildfires anymore, because it sounds like they're mostly started by people. As more information comes out, started by people and unable to be fought off because of the water situation in the state. I went to middle school and a kid named Bartholomew Jethro Hornbaker. Good God.
That's a hell of a name.
The first two names are actually like separate. They're kind of cool. Like I could get behind a Jethro or Bartholomew.
Bart per Bartholomew. Sounds like very country name, super country.
I had a friend as his name was Eugene. Eugene Jr. That's pretty, I thought, pretty country.
BJ Hornbaker. Horny Baker. Pronounced Horny Baker. Jay says blaming the drought but having record rain each of the last 2 or 3 years. Yeah. Well, I mean, when a lot of the water is being held up in different areas for the agriculture, some of the agriculture companies in the state, makes it a little difficult when they're using so much of it.
It is kind of fucked up that certain industries, or not industries but companies, are treating they're privatizing water.
Oh yeah, man. Buying and selling it. Like what? The water in the state of California should belong to the people of California, not a business, not a fucking corporation or anything like that. It should belong to the residents of California.
The old CEO
getting
of
it to you is different, but that costs money. But like,
there's a direct quote from the old CEO of Nestle, which owns Ozarka. He said that water is not a human right and should be privatized.
I mean, yeah, I don't agree with that, man. That's ridiculous.
It's 100%. Like, if anything, like, I can understand privatizing food and stuff like that. We can live longer without food, but you cannot live 5 days without water. And there's 10. It's like the rule of 10. It's like 10 minutes without air, 10 days without water, 10 weeks without food.
Oh, I don't know.
Like that.
It seems like a long time without food to survive. Yeah. I think you gotta have something. I'm gonna put this. Cam sent me this fucking meme. It's great. I'm gonna put it in the chat on our thing so we can look at it in a minute. But
3 days.
Yeah, it's the rule of threes. 3 minutes.
3 days without water.
Yeah, I think water you have to have. There, it's in the chat. Cam sent me that.
On Twitter?
Twitter's AR group chat. We can take a look at that one real quick. It's pretty funny. I like it. Cam sent it. So I've been doing a lot of reading on it. You know, I'm originally from California. I'm originally from Southern California, North County and San Diego. And what's up, Energizer? It's hilarious, Cam, for sure. So I you know, I have a little bit of a soft spot for the people of California. Most of them, I would say. Maybe no, actually, maybe less than that. Less, you know, most of them because they're human beings, and sometimes they're dumb, but still have a soft spot for California just because of that. And they're getting raked over the fucking coals, and they're being lied to, and they're being taken advantage of, and it's been happening, and they continue to vote for it by putting these people in power positions that continue to rake them over the coals, and they continue to suffer, and they continue to vote for it, and it doesn't make any fucking sense to me.
It's fucking Groundhog Day in California.
And that's why they're leaving. That's why they're going to Texas. That's why they're going to fucking Wyoming. Florida. That's why they're going to Tennessee, because they're sick of it.
Las Vegas.
They're sick of what's happening over there constantly. And
the problem is, though, is they're keeping their same ideals and their same thought process and their same beliefs and just bringing it to other cities and then ruining those other cities.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's what it's doing is it's hard for people to fall into. A lot of people like to go places and make it for themselves, to their own ideals, like you're saying, AG. Like they don't go somewhere to fit in with what's there. You know, like if you go to, I don't know, a different country, probably a good idea to figure out what is important to that country, the customs and traditions are, and their rules and the way they do things, and follow that. Otherwise, you just don't belong. You just don't go there if you don't fit in there, you know?
Exactly.
It's like when I'm looking at like potentially moving to retiring and moving back to like Wyoming because it costs less to live there. But like when I go there and look and I see houses that cost the same amount as what they do here, or Montana even, I've looked at Montana, like they cost the same amount as here. It's because of people moving from California, going there and building, and then thinking that their house is worth this much, like it's fucking California. No, it's not. It's not. Okay? Your house is worth as much as someone will pay for it, not what you think. That's why it's ridiculous. Like, why these houses and one in the Palisades are between $4 and $8 million, some even more. Like, what the fuck? They're 3 feet apart. They're not that spectacular, and they cost that much. Like, what?
Some of them aren't even that big of a house.
No.
They're not even that big.
It's because people will pay that for them. That's why they find their value that way. Like, some of these other houses will sit on the market for a decade and they'll never sell. But yeah, so Cam, anyway, I digressed a little bit into that. Cam sent me this meme just now. It says Lowe's taking the guesswork out of storing the bodies, and it's an advertisement for freezers. One person, 3 to 7 cubic feet. Small family, 8 to 14 cubic feet. Medium to large family, 15 to 26 cubic feet. Facts. Guesswork. You should check
That's
out.
Awesome.
Jay, have you seen the TikToks or the AI meme videos of like the certain people, certain individuals in California? We'll get the disclaimer out really quick before we watch one of those. But they're in the squad lounge. If you click on the top one that Rebel sent, and then there's another one right below that I put in there. They're hilarious. Well, they're on Twitter too. They're all over Twitter. and
I'm gonna let you do it.
Whatever.
No, actually, I'll do it because I need to mute the sound.
They're pretty hilarious. They make these AI videos, and it's comical. So we're gonna check one out really quick.
Well, the first one's just a meme.
Yeah, the first one's
It's true.
First one's a meme. Second one's like a whole AI video. It's freaking hilarious. There's a bunch of them out there right now that are just absolutely criminally funny.
It's fucking true.
You know, that's a lot. That's got a lot of people bothered right now. The fact that, you know, they came out and said, "Hey, we're gonna fund the government's. We're gonna fund all of the rebuild California." And why I don't see the issue with that particularly, but the fact that it's different areas of the country being treated differently when a natural disaster hits, or a disaster like that hits, I should say, it's ridiculous. You know?
Yeah. Meanwhile, people in North Carolina, they got, what was it, $1,000 if they qualified for the.
Yeah. Like the people going in North Carolina and up that hurricane path that destroyed and like just fucking took out that whole area, and there was people trying to be rescued out of there. Like that was a problem, and now like funding it, rebuild is an issue. But they've already said that they're gonna cover California.
Which there's, let's face it, I mean, there's a lot of actors and fucking millionaires there that could pull together and build it up 3 or 4 times.
Well, you know, I hate to say this, but like, you definitely, here's the thing with like people in those types of job realms. Well, I don't want to call it a job, but talking head realms of politics is they're going to take care of the people who take care of them first. Because otherwise, the fucking piggy bank turns off. So if the piggy bank turns off, you're not getting your piggy bank filled by people. Why do you care about them? That's their point of view. That's why that area in Hawaii and the areas over in North Carolina, is it North Carolina that had the devastation?
Yeah.
Are not being taken as well care of. The flip side of that, and I know I'm being a little bit negative on that view. The flip side of it is maybe they'll see this as a, hey, we got to take care of this area, and then they'll backtrack and take care of the other 2 areas better. That's me being hopeful, but you know, that's what I wish would happen. But unfortunately, who knows? Yeah. Yeah, this one's great. I don't know if I have audio. Do you have audio of it? There you go.
Yeah, I turned it down.
Comes for you when judgment comes for you. What you gonna do when you ain't nowhere to hide? When judgment comes for you, cause it's gonna. I should have put the body. Bleed this is something to Charlie. In the buffet's last body. And they're gonna miss everybody. And out the eye, looking them up the prior.
Hold on, I want to pause it there for
Okay.
a second. Because we need to see that longer. Damn it.
You gotta hit pause and then slide it back.
I did, and it starts it.
You do it, it automatically plays it.
We need to see that longer. A little bit louder for the people in the back, please.
It's strange that it doesn't move. Yeah, it's facing the same direction. Like, AI kind of screwed up the middle finger there.
Mm-hmm.
You knew it was coming. What's R3?
Even though the devil's all up in my face, but we can be safe and in my place. But the best Bible did, blah 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 blah. Let the Bible bright. Why is stop with the slow? What can I do? I don't know how we do. Can I get a rock this part of me fool?
Am I listening to?
It's Arnold Schwarzenegger trying to sing Bone Thugs.
And we pray, and we pray, and we pray, and we pray.
Oh, multi-felony? Oh, okay.
Every day, every day, every day. And we pray, and we pray, and we pray, and we pray.
So they want to build like condos.
Apartments, yeah.
is fattest too. It's dedicated mother with family. Exactly how many days you got lasting? Were you laughing? You're blasting class in the way. I'm a bit of blown with a super the bow, the bow. Now,
My favorite part is where it's like, blah, 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 blah.
It's insane that the memes coming out. There's so many on Twitter too right now that are just crazy. So R1 zoning is single family, R3 is multifamily. Okay. And I saw something recently. They said they were going to eliminate that whole wait time for rebuilding for construction permits. Because of like the holdups that it can take, Department of Housing, Community Development, and then there was another. Was it protect? Is like, what was it? There was a couple. Hold on, let me see if I can find it on while you guys chit chat. But
so they can.
I want to congratulate Jay for getting a commission for making a sign for Quentin Rampage motherfucking Jackson.
Did he commission that for you, Jay? We should pull that up. It's on his Twitter. It's pretty dope. I've been liking the posts on there, trying to help him out, get it like out there a little bit. And anytime I see him, anyway. So there's they said it takes an average of like 3 to 5 years before you can rebuild anything in those areas. Pacific Palisades, it took decades to build that area and hours to erase it. Oh, he told you he would hit you up. He got tired of waiting. You got tired of waiting. You know what's crazy too is I've seen photos of like going down to like Santa Monica in that area. I used to drive Highway 1 when I was stationed there in Point Mugu and drive down south to like LA area. And there's all those houses that are right along the water. And they're all fucking gone now, man. That's wild to see the difference, the pictures. It's his either way betting on me. Yeah, I got you, man. I've been trying to like it to try to get it a little more, exposure.
That wooden chain, though.
Yeah.
Insane.
If you saw some of the old ones, he was working on getting that chain right because of the fitment of it, but I think it turned out really nice. It turned out really good. Yeah, if you go back and look, there's a couple like where he was trying to work on the chain links that was a little troublesome, it seemed. Did you get rid of those posts, or are they still there, Jay? The other crazy thing, okay, so have you seen the Adam Carolla video about the it's a short, it's like 5 minutes. It's short on Adam Carolla rant. If you look that up on Twitter, you'll probably find it. It's like a yeah, there it is. So a little tricky, but I think he got it.
I saw videos of people making those like hand carving chain out of a single block or a single 2x2.
Get rid of what? What were we talking about? Insurance? I don't remember.
He was asking if you got rid of the old videos or the old.
Oh, if you took some of the posts down or something, because I was liking your posts when you were doing it, because I was trying to help you get a little more exposure. That happens when someone likes or retweets or whatever, you know what I mean? So yeah, I saw you working on those chains and like trying to get the links right, because they were kind of seemed to be sticking or not setting up the way you wanted them to, but they turned out really nice, man. They did a really good job.
I mean, you could have always
Look
cheated and shortcut and just used the real chain.
Look up, go on X and search Adam Carolla rant, and you'll see the,
On Twitter?
yeah, on Twitter. It's like about 5 minutes.
You got it, AG?
Rampage saw the finish day, liked it, and it popped up. I almost quit and bought a real chain. It's like a horizontal 1080. It's not the vertical one. It's the one that's he's like sitting on it. There's like a love seat behind him, and he's like at a little table with a microphone, a couple lamps in the background. It's fucking insane,
like a
dude.
Minute and 20.
No,
What's insane is seeing these people that were hardcore lefties,
it's like 5 minutes.
leftists, switch because they realize how bad it's gotten.
He retweeted the progress pic.
Carolla.
Nice, dude. Yeah.
Oh, here we go. Found it.
It's the horizontal. It's kind of a yellowish color background.
Mm-hmm.
You guys got to check this out. This is Adam
gotcha.
Carolla. He does a lot of, he's a like TV personality, but he used to host the Man Show back in the day. I don't know if you guys remember that, but him and
This one.
let's see, it's loading. Yeah, this is the one. So this one, I think we got maybe is it muted or? Oops.
I haven't played it yet.
Okay. We're going to check this out and
Okay.
we'll make some comments on it.
All right.
I have no volume. Hold on.
I have volume. You just got to turn it up.
Okay, hold on.
Discord.
Can you start it over real quick?
Will be the guys who lost their $20 million homes on the ocean side of PCH will be knee deep in the permit process. They will be trying to pull permits when the guys in the Winnebagos will have been back for months before those guys ever get a permit. As a matter of fact, good fucking luck, because here's the deal. Alan Hamill and Suzanne
pause it
Summers
real quick.
moved because they could not.
So what I heard last is that the governor actually lifted some of the process, like expedited, I should say, some of the process to get permits to rebuild. Allegedly, I don't know. There's an executive order that came down apparently from his Governor Newsom had put out on his personal page, but who knows what that is actually gonna, if it's actually gonna help people or not. Anyway, I just want to put that out there real quick. All
We'll
right.
see if he actually does it.
Yeah, let it
Get a
fly.
permit to rebuild their home of 40 years on the ocean on PCH, right? So here's what's going to happen. Let me just give you guys a little primer of what's going to happen. You know how Bill Maher seems real conservative now when he's like arguing with Jane Fonda about regulations, too many regulations, like strangling everything? Because remember, when Bill Maher tried to put solar in his house in Beverly Hills, that's when he turned against the government, because he saw what the government and the overreach of government and overregulation does. He got strangled. It took him 3 years to build a solar shack. He had a whole countdown on his show, you know, day 1,000 since I've got my permit for my solar. He turned. Okay. The people who live in Malibu, who live in Santa Monica, who live in the Palisades, those are some of the most progressive blue voters in the world, or in the United States. They are a bastion of blue. So what those guys did is, all the people in the Palisades, I checked it out. It's about 80% blue, 80% progressive, 80% Democrat. Now, these pussies are all sitting around crying about Karen Bass, water pressure, how come the forest wasn't cleared of all the brush, what's happening with the infrastructure. You guys all voted for Karen Bass, the mayor of Los Angeles. You all voted for Gavin Newsom. And now you fucking get what you get. Oh, now that your house is on fire, well, now you're thinking about something else. Now you want to know what's going on. What's going on around here? You didn't give a shit about what was going on when other people's houses were on fire, but now you care. So here's what's going to happen. All these people who were deep blue Democrats are now going to have to pull a permit to rebuild. And they're going to get the 28-year-old bitch from the Coastal Commission telling them to go fuck off. And then they're going to vote for Trump or whoever's Trumpian next. You see, they're going to get turned. They're going to get turned hard because, as I've always said, live in the rent control apartment in Santa Monica, fine, good. We know how you vote. Go deal with the city. Try to pull a permit. These are going to be thousands of homes, super wealthy people, and these people don't want to live in Van Nuys. They like it where they are. They love Malibu. They love the Palisades. They love Santa Monica. There's going to be a whole bunch of rich people, and they're going to go, I'm rebuilding, and I want to rebuild as fast as I can. And between the part where they go in to the planning commission and plan check and initially and try to pull a permit to the time the first load of lumber, the first load of 2x4s is dropped off on their lot. Or
the problem is they're not the ones going to be pulling the permits. Their lawyers are. So they don't have the firsthand deal with it. You know, they're just dealing, the lawyers are the ones that are going to have to deal with it, or their assistants or whatever. So it's not going to be,
it'll be their builder.
Big of a deal to them.
It'll be their builder.
Yeah, it'll be their builder. Your builder has to submit permits for building. Like, so whoever they contract to build their house, which God knows how long that's going to fucking take, as many houses is burnt down. Like, how many builders are there really to even do that? Or who, you know, they're going to try to hire out different builders to build their house. Like, seriously, how long is that shit going to take? I'd be willing to bet some of these people will not have a house for 3 years minimum. They won't have their house rebuilt.
Tell you what, I mean,
contractor gets it. Yep.
There's going to be a lot of fucking contractors going there from Texas and fucking Louisiana, and all these fucking framers are going to just new gold mine.
Oh, it's a gold mine. Yeah, they're going to be building. They're going to be building, putting up buildings and charging them $8 million for what used to be a $4 million house. Guess what it's going to cost them now to build it? $8 million. Builders from all over the country are going to go. They're going to get permitted to build in California. You're absolutely right, Energizer. But the problem is
the new gold rush.
The space available for all those people to get in there and actually build houses is pretty limited. So that's going to be a shit show for sure. Mm-hmm. I've seen, like, there was people building in my neighborhood, and they have to bring different contractors and trucks and all that shit in. And when they're building multiple homes at once, like, it's a fucking zoo, man. Even with homes like where I'm at, where, you know, they're spaced out fairly well. They're on like almost close to 1 acre lots. They still have to like fight for space with each other, and they have to organize between each other who's delivering what at what time, and who's getting contracted, like different contractors to do different things. Because the builder contracts out your frame guy, your fucking person who pours your foundation. They contract people to paint. They contract people to do floors, electricians, plumbers, roofers. They're all different subcontracts that happen. So all those people are going to be fighting for time and space to go in there and start rebuilding homes. And these are homes that are, you know, they're saying, or some of them are valued between $4 and like $10 million or some shit. They're going to charge them a pretty penny, and then they're going to have to fight for space. And I would just like to put out, if anyone from California needs a place to stay, they can rent my house for $30,000 a month. It has an ocean view, panoramic, by the way. So I'm just putting that out there. 6 month minimum, 6 month minimum contract. That's $30K a month. Okay. All right, that's all I had to say about that. We can continue
for $10K a month.
Yeah.
Right.
AG's got one for 10K a month. You know?
where their house formerly stood. It's
Rent
going
the
to
room.
be 3 years. And 1,000 permits and 1,000 arguments and 1,000 discussions with the Coastal Commission, not to mention little tidbits that they didn't think about, like Carson Daly. You want a swimming pool? Yep. Got to be double hold. Really? Yeah. Well, why? Well, what if water leaches out and gets into the groundwater table? Carson Daly had to build a swimming pool like a modern day oil tanker. Had to put like a double hold. That's all right. It'll just cost $500,000 for a swimming pool. Like that, they're going to be, when they start getting the regulation, they're going to go nuts. And when they start running into the bureaucracy and the red tape, they're going to start going nuts, and they're going to vote for Rick Caruso next time because they want to get. That's all Trump says is we're going to pull back the regulations. We're going to free people up. They're going to find out. They're going to get bit by their own snake. They're going to convert. I am telling you, these are the bluest people on the planet, and they're going to be fucking ripshit pissed when the city and the Coastal Commission tell them to fuck off. And by the way, I don't think the Coastal Commission is going to okay anyone rebuilding any of their houses on the coast because they say they're in the business of protecting the coast. They're in the business of getting you to leave. They will get their wish.
Pause it real quick.
Which is nobody.
So he's talking about all those houses along like Highway 1, that's that coastal drive down Southern California on the
Pacific
right.
Coastal Highway.
Yeah, PCH. So all those houses that are right up on the bluffs on the water that are like $20 to $60 million houses, which it's like some of them are like little boxes, like little fucking Cracker Jack boxes sitting on the coast that are worth 20 mil apparently. 1 bedroom, 800 square feet. Some of them, it's crazy. Okay.
Yeah, on stilts.
Yeah, some of them are like that.
Buildings. And they're going to make it hard for everyone. And then we're going to have to restructure the whole thing because we can't have 9 angry lesbians controlling everything that goes on in Malibu, the Palisades, and Santa Monica.
He just has to cap it off with some like
Has to.
bullshit, you know. So Energizer said you had issues with fire department down in Texas when I was working on the apartment complexes because there wasn't enough room for their trucks to get through. Yeah, there's a lot of shit they're gonna have to deal with trying to rebuild that whole area, and it's tight packed. I don't know if y'all have seen pictures of the Palisades or in some of them areas, but it is tight, man. Like you could probably reach out a window and touch if your neighbor reached out the window, you could touch hands. It's that close.
Yeah, you can borrow sugar without ever leaving your door.
Yeah, you could probably get a handshake in there. It's that close, man. Global warming regs. Yeah, climate change regulations. I bet there's... Yeah, they could definitely do some docking. Yeah.
So I mean,
Damn, Jay.
if he says does come true, we might see an age where California goes red.
It used to be in the 80s.
I don't think you'll ever see it again.
Nah.
I honestly don't. I don't think you'll ever see that state ever be red. Same with New York. It just won't happen.
Damn. Energizer. Well, it's orange right now. Yes, that is a fact. It is.
Where's the when you need it?
80% red land-wise. Yeah, land-wise, but, you know, population-wise, no. I don't think is going to affect enough people to get California to, like, swing back to the way they were in the 80s, but I think if
the
enough...
whole Pacific Coast will be blue. California, Oregon, Washington, all blue.
I think what'll happen though is you got enough people with money that give money to these different like you know, political campaigns that they're going to be fucking pissed. Right? So some of these regulations that are going to happen are going to, they'll be donating money in order to make it easier for them to do the things that they want to do. Right? So these politicians aren't going to see money from these people unless they start doing shit that they want them to do to make it easier for them to live. And right now, it's all the regulations and bullshit they're going to have to deal with, and the, you know, fire department. They're obviously going to want, what the hell happened? You know, why is there no water? They're going to want answers for that shit. Otherwise, they're not going to get money. Their well is going to run dry, so to speak, from those people if they don't start doing what they want. They got all the Diddy oil out. Yeah. That's just my opinion on it. That's what I think. They want that money to keep flowing. They're going to have to do what these people want. And if they made their lives difficult because of decisions they made in the past, they're going to have to change those things.
Speaking of Diddy oil, I texted Skep the other day. I just recently got a thrifted blazer for a wedding I'm going to, and I found out it's Sean John. So I told him, I was like, man, I ended up getting a Diddy jacket. And he said, how did you know? I was like, well, it came with, I should have known when it came with a half bottle of baby oil and a Tylenol PM.
Yeah. It was in the pocket, inside pocket. Did Diddy's house burn up? I didn't know it did. I think it hit there yet.
That was a rumor that was going around, but it didn't.
Oh.
So I mean, I can.
In 2014, he voted for billions to build water storage. Not one has been finished. Well, I heard that, and this is just what I heard. I can't confirm nor deny if it's fact or not, but I heard that a lot of the reservoirs used to help the state during drought conditions, the one of them that needed that supplied water to this area in LA was not refilled when it was supposed to have been.
So Diddy's LA mansion stands untouched as flames rip through surrounding area.
That's
Image
what I heard,
of Diddy's house on fire, real or fake, viral, claim debunked amid LA fires. Yeah, it's not true.
There's a lot of petroleum products in there that I'm sure that would burn pretty hot.
Oh, no. Those are in evidence lockers now.
That's at LAPD right now. All that, they got a whole warehouse just of baby oil.
I don't know if it's true, but I heard that there was one guy dedicated to counting just the sex toys coming out of that house.
Really?
Could you imagine going to being an FBI agent and your job is to count dildos?
Could you imagine the smell?
Smells like fucking hot turtle tank water and Cheetos dust.
Oh God! Hot turtle tank water, dude.
Boiled turtle tank water, man.
That's fucking terrible. Oh my God! It's like
It smells like an open asshole and beat in a hot summer day.
You do the double-sided ones count as one or two? I think that counts as a singular but dual use.
Yeah, I can't think they count heads. They just count units, you know.
Yeah. It's not a head count.
Because I've seen some of them, like the Bad Dragon ones, they don't have heads. They're just like tentacles and shit. So I don't think they count heads.
There's another thing I wanted to see you guys to see, but I'll look for it while we're chit-chatting.
It would give a whole new meaning to the word head count, though. To the phrase head count.
Well, you know where all that water is being stored in the Kern fucking water thing, right? What the hell is it called? I keep forgetting it. It's the Kern
Reservoir?
Kern Water Bank, which is owned by the Resnicks.
It's a reservoir.
Yeah, above and below ground reservoir. It's owned by the billionaire Resnicks, which owns the wonderful company, which produces pomegranate juice. They produce Fiji water, Halo mandarin oranges. They produce what the hell are those nuts called? Pistachios. Gosh, there's a couple other things that company owns.
I think that they were being told they can't use ocean water.
Because it would destroy, it would probably destroy the vegetation, all that salt water.
Yeah, it said, when I looked it up, it said that it'll ruin agriculture and it'll ruin the machinery, like the tanks and the pumps and everything else, because of the salt corrosion.
I was gonna send it in the group chat because Tuna is becoming a pilot. There was a guy standing at his TV, watching one of the planes just like belly into a lake and scoop up a bunch of water. And that guy was like, "This is an American hero right here. Look at him. Look at razor focus, just bellying, filling up that airplane with water. That's an American hero."
That's what their excuse is, Jay and Energizer, is that the vegetation, even though you can replant vegetation. Seriously. Yeah. You could put the fucking naturally occurring plants back.
I don't know, but you know, a pump on a fire truck and some grass is usually cheaper than, you know, $20 billion in damage.
Well, I mean, plants could do fine with a little bit of salt. Yeah, too much will kill them, but a lot of the plants probably will not die. So that's just, you know.
Well, I mean, 100% of them are going to die if they burned up. I mean, it will regrow. Yeah.
Trees are wet. It takes a lot to burn a live tree.
It does take a lot, but it's still possible.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, I've seen live trees burning from the inside out for days, being struck by lightning.
So, the Resnick family is what has the majority control over the Kern water thing.
Water bank, water reservoir.
God dang it. Said they own 60 to 75% of the water in California. They use over 150 billion gallons of water every year for agriculture, which I might add is only about 2% to 3% of California's gross domestic product and/or aka GDP.
It's a good thing that I don't like pistachios and don't drink pomegranate juice, and so it's not hard to boycott that company.
I love me some pistachios.
I like pistachios too. Matter of fact, I have some pistachios that are flavored like in my pantry right now that say "wonderful" right on the top. It's owned by those people.
Flaming hot?
No, they were jalapeno and salt and pepper flavored.
Nice.
That was a
I got it. Yeah. Are they smoked? No, they do. I don't know if they have smoked. They have like chili ones. I don't think I have smoked ones. I like smoked almonds. Smoked almonds are the shit. Be right back. Closing up the garage before the possums make it a home. Yeah, that's.
Bro, I have a story about that. We left our garage door open like this high, like 1.5 inches. I walk out there to go get a water bottle in the middle of the night, and all of a sudden, like, everything on the shelf right at the door just started flying at me. And just barely, I didn't turn on the lights, but just barely through the darkness, I could see that there's a fucking possum running across the shelf. He was able to get through. It's a big ass possum too, 1.5 inches. And get stuck in our garage.
I don't have that problem here.
Possums?
No, you got rattlesnakes. Though.
We just get snakes in our house.
I get raccoons.
I've had one in my house. It was a night snake or whatever. But yeah.
No, I haven't seen in a long time.
What?
An armadillo. And you used to see armadillos dead on the side of the road everywhere in Texas.
Oh,
I've not seen an armadillo in so long. I did see an armadillo shell, dead one, in our property at the cabin. But you'd see live ones running around, digging underneath our freaking foundation and causing our house to sink and shit.
Yeah. I remember driving in some highways in Texas where you see like fucking like armadillos hit on the side of the road, just dead on the side of the road, like all
Yep.
over the place.
Yeah, you don't see that anymore.
Yeah. Well,
I remember
maybe
one time
it's
we came
because there's
home.
less. Yeah.
We came home and saw an armadillo. Decided it's a nuisance because it's causing our house to damn near fall off its foundation, the blocks, pier and beam.
Mm.
So we're gonna shoot it. Got a 9mm pistol and watch the bullets ricochet off of its shell.
The bullets
Do
not
they? I
ricocheting
thought their
off of its shell.
shells were kind of soft.
They're kind of soft. The 9mm going straight through it.
No, it was. I don't know if it just hit it just perfect, but it was ricocheting off of it.
Is it a shell or is it
I don't
just
know
like
if it was
really
hitting
thick
it.
skin on top? I don't think they actually have a shell, do they?
It's
just like a
pretty much a
thicker
shell.
skin. It's not like a snail has a shell, you know what I mean? But like this has just like thicker skin on the top, I thought. Like a turtle has a shell, you know?
It's a hard, bony carapace made of overlapping scales
Like a
called
scales.
scutes.
So,
But it is bony.
oh.
And like I said, like the whole armadillo can rot away. That shell will still be there years later. Same material as human fingernails, keratin.
Is it? Oh, it's keratin. Okay, so like hair, nails. So it's not like super hard. You're definitely putting a hole through it. You get a direct shot, you know what I mean? Unless you're like just terribly aiming at it and it just kind of like barely skims it, you know what I'm saying?
I don't know what this means, but tensile strength of about 20 MPa and toughness around 1.1 MJ/M3. I don't know what that is, but yeah.
Yeah, no clue.
There is a Reddit post that says armadillo shells are bulletproof. In fact, one Texas man was hospitalized when a bullet he shot at an armadillo ricocheted off the animal and hit him in the jaw.
I think they're about the hardness scale of about a crocodile.
Which
you could put a bullet through.
Yeah, you can only kill them through the one little soft spot behind their head, though.
I don't know, man. I think you put a bullet in their
They
head.
use.
I'm
gonna say they use
head.
22s to kill them when they're hunting them. They use a
but
22.
they shoot them in that soft spot behind their head. They don't shoot. If you shoot them like directly in the head, I think it's mostly their bone will deflect it because their skull is super tough. It's not their skin or their scales that are stopping the bullet. It's the actual bone itself.
Well,
but there's literally just like a quarter-size spot.
Oh, the soft spot. If I'm shooting a gator, I'm shooting it with a 5.56 anyways. It's going through.
So a fingernail. It's what did you say that scale was? The Mohs hardness scale. So like diamond would be a 10, right? Talcum would be like a 1. Fingernails are 2.5.
Are you talking about MPA?
Mohs hardness scale. That's what things are measured in hardness, like metals and.
Okay, so it's 20.
That's just something different. That's some other hardness scale then. Because it only goes to 10.
Okay, well then maybe 1.1. I don't know. I'll share it.
All right. We'll see what it is. MHS. Perhaps. MOHS. Yeah. That's how we measure metals.
Around 5.
5, so that's about the same as like glass plate.
It says the hardest material like quartz is around 7.
A harder material like quartz. Quartz is a 7, yes. If you shot quartz with a fucking pistol round, it would destroy it, dude. It would shatter it into a million pieces. Unlike a lot of metals are up in the 8 and 9 range, which you could still, I mean, you could shoot through a car door, you know, a lot of them, you know what I mean?
Well, there's this right here too. It's just the
Because of the structure.
structure of it. Yeah. The way that the plates are overlapping and shit, that it can
I think
resist penetration.
I think it would be very well protected against like a spear or like an arrow, you know what I mean? Something like that. But something going at it at 2,000 feet per second, like that's and a small projectile, like I don't think that that's gonna withstand it really. A beer can. A copper penny is a 3.5 on the Mohs hardness scale.
Well, even a copper penny, if you hit it at the right angle, it will ricochet off. It's not gonna go through if you hit it at the right angle.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Yeah, I mean there are accounts of bullets ricocheting off of armadillos.
Certain angles and velocities a bullet can penetrate or ricochet. They're not completely bulletproof, but they are very tough, and you can, like you said, AG, ricochet a bullet off of it.
That's why I think a 9mm would actually go through, just because of that velocity of a 9mm is ridiculous.
Yeah,
but if you're hitting it at the right angle, it could just ping, skim off. You know?
Right, it just bounce off. It probably cause some surface damage, but just bounce off because of the angle.
A low angle.
Yeah, I could see that. Do bulletproof animals exist? Let's see. No animal is completely bulletproof, but armadillos are listed as a armored type animal. What else? Abalones, pangolins, kind of like a weird looking armadillo.
That's crazy though.
Yeah.
A beer can.
Ironclad beetles.
I don't think it's ricocheted off a beer can.
Crocodiles. They're not bulletproof, but you got definitely. I think if you don't hit them directly straight on, it could definitely ricochet. Like a lot of things, you know. Like if you shoot like a car door at the right angle, it'll just ricochet off of it. It won't penetrate it.
Can skim off. Yeah,
bounce off. Or rocks, you know, the rocks ricochet.
Have you ever heard? I'm pretty sure y'all have, like a ricocheting bullet whiz by you.
Yeah. So I've heard bullets whiz by me. Yeah.
And it's the like the old westerns when you hear the pew pew. That's what it sounds like.
Yeah, you can usually tell about how far away it's being fired from by the sound it makes whizzing by. The crack sound it would make, how close it is to you. So like, even here, I used to go to this place called the Cowboy Camp. It was like a old rock quarry, just a place, public land. You can go and just shoot, you know. There's a lot of big berms on the side, so go down there and shoot. The problem is there's a lot of fuds down there that had no idea what the fuck they were doing. So like there was one area that was a nice longer stretch. It was probably like 80 yards or so. So you could get a nice target out. But there was and the road was there. So down below that, behind it was another berm that people could shoot into, which was directly like behind the upper level and in the same direction as the other level. So, which is a dangerous thing, right? So if someone was down there and they were firing in the same direction you were, but they were just, 10 to 15 feet below you and behind you, that's pretty fucking dangerous, if you ask me. And one of the reasons why I stopped going there was because I heard fucking bullets whizzing by me. Like, what the fuck are you doing down there? Because they're like, I don't know how to explain it, but like, if I could here. So like this, let's say this is the area I would shoot. I would stand here on the end of my phone and I would shoot here, right? So this would be my targets. There would be a road, a slope, and a berm right here, and more people shooting here in this area, right? In the same direction as me, just below me. So if they fucking fired up here, you would hear these bullets fucking coming by here. That shit happened. I packed up my shit and left. And I was like, what the fuck, dude? There's zero reason why I should be hearing that. The problem with it is they could just angle like 25 more degrees away and be still shooting into a berm, but not pointing at anybody else, potentially hitting anybody. Well, I started to feel like I gotta wear fucking armor to go out in public land to just shoot. You know what I mean? And so I stopped going there. I haven't been there since. But hearing fucking bullets whiz by is like, what the fuck, dude? Seriously?
It's chilling.
Fucking
no,
I remember
that's
when
a
I was a
no-go.
kid, my dad lived in a small town called Center, Texas, and he's 6'6". I was like 5'2" at the time, probably. And I heard it. They whizzed by. My dad like ducked real hard. Did you hear that? And like the house, the corner of the house, brick house, just like disintegrated. Like the bullet had hit the corner and just blew off some of the corner of the brick.
Yeah. Like you hear the crack
So, yeah,
sound.
It was more of like, I think it was tumbling. The bullet was tumbling because it was like the old school Western. You know, like pew. It's kind of sound.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I can't.
But we
do
didn't.
It
It was so far away that we
people.
didn't hear a gunshot.
Oh wow.
But we heard the bullet. Somebody was trying to kill my dad. Is what it was. They were fucking suppressor and shit. I don't know.
Yeah. A lot of people think suppressors eliminate the noise completely.
No, they don't.
They sure do a good job of dropping it though.
Definitely. Yeah. But like, well, I would say like the only close to almost negligible sound is like a 22. Like I've shot a 10-22 with a suppressor on it and all you can hear is the bolt. That's it. You don't hear the firing of the bullet, nothing. Just the bolt moving, which is fucking crazy but that's like a 22 round, that's not happening on a 5.56 or a 223 round. You're definitely going to hear pop from that. It's quieter and it's not going to like
damage your
eardrums, your hearing. Yeah. Well, sustained levels without it is definitely going to damage your eardrums, but with it on there, it's far less potential to damage your eardrums.
Yeah.
But a 10-22 suppressed, bro, that shit is fun as fuck to shoot. I'll tell you what. No ear pro. All you can hear is the bolt fucking sliding back and resetting. That shit's awesome.
Sound like an air rifle.
It does. It's not even as loud as an air rifle, dude. It's crazy. It's just I don't know if you could find like a quick YouTube or something, but a 10-22 suppressed sounds amazing.
I don't know if I want to search that.
Why?
I don't want to be on some list. The ATF
10-22 suppressed. It's just a rifle, dude. You could buy them. You can buy a 1022. It's
Yeah,
actually
I
a
think
fun
I
little
got
gun to shoot, man, with cheap rounds. Like a little Ruger 1022, man. You found one? It sounds amazing, and it's really fun to shoot. I mean,
This
obviously,
one's
there's...
kind of a lot louder than what you're saying it is.
Which one?
This video I found here.
Well, I'm sure it depends on the type of suppressor you put on, too.
Yeah.
And the type of round you're firing, but...
This one I can tell
Alright.
by the way it is that it's a monolithic suppressor because I played Call of Duty. No, I'm kidding.
Actually, here to hit the target, which you don't normally get. So I put one in Bigfoot's head over there. Yeah, he didn't like that too much. Oh, we've got some
Why is this...
12 ounces
What?
here.
Can you hear it?
I don't know what's going on. The sound is all
Over
fucking
there.
weird.
Yeah.
Fun. Boom. How about you, Buffalo? Oh, how
The
about
sound is
not?
completely fucked up on that video. I
Yeah,
can't
it
tell
is.
when he's shooting or not because I can see the bolt, but I can't. I can hear the sound, but it's like
I hear
completely
fine.
off.
Hey, well,
What's this guy got? His? I hear it.
Uh,
that his
1022
1022? Okay.
Ruger.
It sounds.
His sound. That's all. Well, I mean, did you hear that?
Is it my
Right.
video?
I think it's just
Yeah.
your internet that's causing it. All right, play that section.
It is. It does sound just like it's the hammer because he cocked
just
it
the
back
bolt,
and it was
dude.
the exact same. Yeah.
Hold on.
It's literally the bolt resetting.
Yeah.
He has a better suppressor than the other guy did, that's for sure. It's so cool though. It's fun to shoot those, like a suppressed 1022. Oh, 1022 is a fun little rifle anyway. But anyway,
It is. It is a fun little.
yeah, they're not. I don't think they're super
Rifle.
expensive either.
I even like mine. I have like a little like a belly feed, like a slide feed under the barrel. It's a Marlin 22. It's a little longer than the 1022.
Okay.
I mean, it's semi-auto, but you feed it. It has a little tube under the barrel, and you feed it.
Oh yeah,
Feed the rounds in there.
Yeah, my uncle has one of those.
And I love it. Just to go out and shoot, just to plink at little targets, it's fun. And 22s are stupid accurate.
Yeah, you can pick one up for like a couple, probably like $200-300 maybe. A decent one.
Yeah, easy.
Yeah, the one I shot's like a Ruger 1022 with about a 16-inch barrel on it or so.
Mm-hmm.
It was awesome, dude. It was awesome. But yeah, they're not super expensive. You can find them for $280 probably. Shoots 22 long rifle.
Let me see. Rifles. Yeah. Ruger 1022, depending on type you get. Yeah. 200, 300.
You can go to Palmetto and find them for $299, $272.
Yep.
$199 for a carbine. $200, man. You get a 1022. It's a good little rifle. Good little starter rifle too for a lot of people.
Good old Ruger.
Mm-hmm. Cheap cartridges, you know. Can't beat that shit. Little varmint rifle. Anyway, we've been at it for like about an hour and 10. You guys wanna wrap this thing up or what?
Sure.
All right.
Cool.
Yeah. Rating or no? Rating?
Let's see.
There's a couple people I could. Let's see here. Sorry, meal prep finished up too. Nice. We're just wrapping it up right now, Jay. We're gonna potentially raid out. We got a few of y'all in here. You can say hi.
I don't have anybody really.
All right, I got Ruben. You guys know Ruben the hippo?
I do. I follow Ruben the hippo.
Yeah, he's a friend of like Tony TM and
Yeah.
them guys. Been around a while. All right, let's rate him out. We'll see how. My ex is shadowed. I spoke up about the fires and poof went my engagement. X is a tough one to figure out, dude. Sometimes I feel like that too, but it just depends on words used, searchability, that kind of stuff. A lot of times, I think. Do you have the premium version or what? Let me see if I can figure out how to raid. Okay. Search REUBEN. There you go. We're gonna raid out to Ruben the hippo. He's playing a little Fortnite. He's a friend of friends and pretty good dude. So if you guys want to go check him out, please go say hi. And if you don't follow already, please drop a follow on us too. Need the picture. Oh, picture real quick. I haven't even been using it, but we'll do it anyway. All right. Cool. Go say hi on the raid, peeps.
Raid.
Love y'all.
Love y'all.
Mean it.
He means it.
Mean it. 2 seconds. Rating.